Hey, Mike, how are you? And you know what, dudes? I got to tell you, we got to hold on to the weekend just a little bit longer, just slightly longer, because that dreaded day of the week, the worst day of the week, is fast approaching, and that is Monday. And as you guys know, I hate Mondays. And on today's episode of the I Hate Mondays podcast show, Michael B, the Game Genie, and PDubs Arcade Loft, we're going to dive into these recently revealed, announced by Amazon Arcade1Up Countercades, and we're going to ask the question: was my high school girlfriend wrong? Is smaller better? We're going to find out right after this. Hey, Mike, bigger is better is the theme of some of these retro arcade companies. As you guys know, At Games loves to push the bigger is better theme. Arcade1Up, the only thing bigger for them lately has been their price increases. So you have to ask yourselves: is smaller better? Because obviously the prices on these products is going to be more underneath our threshold, right,
Yeah.
Mike? My $500 line in the sand. So is smaller form factors better for Arcade1Up moving into the future? Let's talk about it. How are you, Mike? Welcome back to the show. Missed you, buddy. We haven't talked in 20 minutes.
It's been a while, pal.
It's been a while. Mike's got his cup. I promised Mike I wouldn't rag on him about his cup, so we're all good. My Monday will be full of surfing and burritos. William Tinney's here, Molar Medic, Psycho Gamer, who does have a YouTube channel. You guys might want to go check out Aubrey's channel. He's putting in work. I love it when retro gaming content creators put in work. Hollywood Polo's here. How was your day? Mango Slice. And guys, a big happy birthday to Shotgun Sean. Happy birthday. We love you, Sean. Stevie B says he's totally fine with stretching out this weekend as well. Tulsa Arcades is here as well. And he says those Pong Countercades look cool. Bet they will be $200 though. But is $200 bad for what you get? We'll dive into that. Mike, now that like 24 hours have passed, what's your general impression on some of these things? Are you excited about all the smaller units Arcade1Up is producing, or do you think that this is not a good idea? Well, let me get your initial impressions.
Uh, hard question to answer for me. For me, I've always been very adamant. I'm here for the 3/4 arcades. That's what I'm interested in. So these products don't necessarily do anything for me. However, I do want to preface this that I am probably going to buy my first ever Countercade here. My daughter loves TMNT. She runs to the TMNT arcade every time she comes down to my arcade. When I showed her there was a small one and said, this could possibly go in your room, she was all over it. So I'm probably going to buy my first Countercade out of this lot. These were released in the leaks long ago, so this is nothing super surprising to us. All these were announced. We knew about Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 2. We haven't seen Street Fighter 2 yet, but there is a Street Fighter 2 coming as well, not just the Dim Mak one. I'm surprised that wasn't announced with this lot. Marvel Superheroes, and what was the other one? Mortal Kombat. Am I missing one? Mortal Kombat Turtles.
Mortal Kombat, NBA Jam.
Yeah. So, these are all cool. Again, there's a shirt made when I explain what these are and why these are a good thing. These are all desk shit. And I'm sure some people will be very excited for them. I know some people in our Canadian Arcade1Up group, they actually love Countercades because it's a smaller form factor. So they didn't want to shell out the money to get Space Invaders. So most people only have Space Invaders in their home arcade in the Countercade form. So I'm sure there's a lot of people with limited space in their game rooms that think, well, maybe I can fit 2 Countercades in there where I couldn't fit another 2 Arcade1Ups or another full Arcade1Up. So options are cool. I have no problem with these. They all look good. It'll depend on how good the screen is. If there's an upgraded screen, on if the sideways viewing angle is going to be any good, it's fine.
Yeah, when I look at this, I keep thinking of rising costs. Now, obviously, the prices on these are probably going to be a bit higher than what they are on the normal one-player Countercades, but I don't see it being atrociously higher. The rumors we're seeing is anywhere from $180 to $200, something of that nature. And honestly, I think that's okay for these. I mean, I mean, we all got a little spoiled when the Galaga Countercade went on sale for $45 clearance when they probably just had tons of them collecting dust and they wanted to get rid of them.
Galaga / Frogger, right?
Yeah, Galaga / Frogger. peel the artwork and you'll see what's underneath. Sling Spade gave us a $2 super chat. Thanks, Sling. He's got a helmet next to his name. We all know why. He is a member of the Loft Army, the most premier group in retro gaming. But when I take a look at this Arcade1Up TMNT, and I think we mentioned this on Super Game Room Dudes when this kind of popped in live on us during our broadcast, we didn't really have time to digest this, right? We didn't really have time to think about it. Now that like 36 hours have passed, I've been able to kind of think about and look at all these different products that people have been, I've seen some other videos. You have the USB port here in order to get some additional players, which honestly is how are you going to get 4 people crammed around an 8-inch screen? Now, what I find interesting, the most interesting thing about all of these listings is that Arcade1Up and at least Amazon, they're promoting that these all have some sort of upgraded LCD screen. Now, if Arcade1Up is doing, again, this is the stuff I was talking about, Mike. Remember a few weeks ago, I said, what does Arcade1Up need to do for me in the future to keep me happy and keep me making videos, buying their stuff? Just me personally, even though they don't give a crap about me, but just my personal feelings, right? Is that they need to give me more value for my dollar, right? And if they're going to take those horrible 8-inch screens and put in upgraded, better screens in these Countercades, that's a win, in my opinion. That's a win. Yeah, they might be 8 inches big, but if they're upgraded to where you could actually 2 people can sit side by side and the screen doesn't wash out, because literally you have to be dead on when staring at the original Countercade screen. And if you so much as moved a little to the left or a little to the right, the screen washed out on you. So if Arcade1Up is going to put better monitors in these things, that's a win. You know what I mean? That's a win. I'm going to say that's a win. I think that's a great idea. And hopefully that's true on these listings and not just some coinless operation type marketing words, right? But when it comes to the TMNT one, Mike, I actually am really digging this. I think on the Player One joystick, maybe if they switch that to blue instead of red, let's get Leonardo and Raphael on there. I think the blue and red, I think the blue would really pop on here. Or would you prefer they go with Michelangelo or Donatello colors on here? Which would you prefer?
I went last night. I played my TMNT full-size Arcade1Up, well, full-size 3/4, and I was thinking like the perfect thing to do is you either go with the orange and purple for player 2 and 3, or you go with the blue and the red. And it looks like they have already got the red in there, so it's only a matter of moving the blue from the other side over, and I think that'd be a fitting style. You can go with either of the turtles, but those are my 2 color combination wishes: orange and purple or blue and red.
Yeah, so I'm thinking the Ninja Turtle one is a good one, me personally. You get the headphone jack too. That's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
In case you want to play quietly,
Light up marquee too.
Oh, and it does have a light up marquee. Oh,
yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. I must have missed that in the listing.
I believe these all have light up marquees now.
Yeah. So, and some people are like, well, it's a 4-player cab, and you only got 2 players. Well, people don't have the money. That TMNT cabinet with that 4-player control deck with wings that looks like it's about to take off and fly into space, unfortunately, is a big cabinet, right, Mike? I mean, it takes up a lot of space.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, how often do you have 4 people over to play that game?
Yeah, right? and let's be clear. There's 2 arcade ROMs for Turtles. There's the 4-player, and there was a official 2-player ROM out there. So it doesn't have to be a 4-player cab.
Yeah. So moving right along then. So TMNT looks interesting to me. Now, whatchamacallit, NBA Jam. Here's what disappoints me about the NBA Jam cabinet is the fact that this does appear to not have the Wi-Fi, right? So you can't join in all the leaderboard events and things of that nature. You know what I mean?
You got a huge super chat there, buddy.
I know. We'll get to it. Competitive gaming, all that good stuff. And, I think that makes this one almost a not buy, because if you can't participate in the same stuff that everyone else is with this particular cabinet, that kind of stinks, right? Like it sounds like it appears it's local play only. We don't see a live button. We don't see any of that stuff here or anything like that. Michael B, TMT, Countercade fun and appearance fun. Endless 1-Up. Thanks so much for the $20 super chat. That's too much money, but we greatly
Thank you.
Greatly appreciate it. Rubicon, he's kind of like on the same page as me with like Ninja Turtles. Some people don't even have 3 friends, right? So why stress
Yeah.
out? Why stress out about it? Um, I'm thinking unless they're keeping the online capability a hush hush secret for now, I'm thinking that this one might not be such a great idea because I think that's just such an important part of what this cabinet is for Arcade1Up. What about you, Mike? Do you disagree with me?
No, I don't disagree, but I think who is this cabinet made for? Is it made for us that are really super interested in the online Wi-Fi capabilities? That's why we probably bought the 3/4 sale arcade, or is this something that they're going to plunk on store shelves in a Walmart that they're hoping somebody will walk by and be like, "Oh my God, NBA Jam! I can throw that on my desk shit," and they can just play NBA Jam. They don't even know there's an online component.
Yeah. Let us know in the live chat, guys. Do you think that if this comes out without the Wi-Fi and without the ability to play people online, like the larger 4-player 3/4 scale, do you think that's good or bad? Let us know. Oh,
Well,
wait, maybe we should do a poll.
yeah, you can do a
Maybe
poll
we should.
now. I don't know if you know that YouTube
Yeah,
integrated them.
yeah. I don't know. Have we talked about that yet?
You do the poll, but I will say, listen, options are great. If they could have added Wi-Fi and you could connect with the same people that are doing the 3/4 scale arcade, it'd probably bring new life back into that online community because from what I hear, I haven't played much online in a long time, but I haven't gotten any online requests in a long time while I'm playing either. Seems like the interest has kind of died down on online NBA Jam now. So if you want to find a game, you basically have to call somebody up and be like, "Hey, let's have a
Really?
go at NBA Jam." Yeah, like I never get a game request anymore when I'm playing. Maybe people just don't like me. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of activity, and I've kind of been hearing the same thing, on the Facebook groups as well.
Well, maybe people know that you're just so good at it. I mean, think about all the times we crushed nostalgia
Well,
and we did live streams showing people our NBA Jam talents. People are afraid to challenge you, Michael B. That's what's going on.
I'm not that good. Nostalgia just needs to get good.
Yeah. U of M student says he hopes it comes with Wi-Fi. It means a bigger player base, but
Yeah,
from what we're seeing, the player base has kind of died out, which is hilarious because if people really love a game, they'll keep going back to it. I mentioned earlier last week, I was so shocked if you think about it when Star Wars Battlefront, not Battlefront 2, but the original Battlefront, when that came out, I figured by now nobody would be on those servers, right? And
yeah.
no one would be playing that game. And this week, I've actually played a lot of it during my lunch breaks to kind of bring back the memories. And people are still playing it. People are still in the rooms. And this isn't even Battlefront 2. This is the Battlefront 1 on the Xbox One. And it's hilarious that people will keep playing if they really enjoy the
Yeah.
experience. And I'm actually kind of shocked if the NBA Jam lobbies are empty. That'd be kind of surprising. But you're saying they are? Because honestly, I haven't turned on my NBA Jam cabinet
Well,
in a while.
that's just the thing. I mean, like with the Arcade1Up cabinets, I think there's some that'll like. There's always going to be like some people playing Marvel versus Capcom until Street Fighter 2 Big Blue comes out. It seems like the online community jumps from one hot topic to the next, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. All right, let's see what people are saying here in our live poll. I just put a quick one in there. I said, does it matter? Should NBA Jam Countercade come with Wi-Fi? Does it even matter? And check this out, Mike. 71% of voters, we got 56 votes in so far. 71% said, yes, it does matter that they do want that included on this
Yeah.
cabinet. 29% said no. We'll go ahead and end the poll right there, guys. Thanks so much for participating. What's interesting, Mike, is I honestly saw that going the other way. I thought people would say, no, it doesn't matter. I just want to play NBA Jam, right? But it does look like, at least from that sampling of this audience, the majority want to play NBA Jam online against other people. What do you think about those survey results?
Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, the majority of people, like, say, for example, you buy an At Games Legends product, something in the Legends community. Everything's connected. Everything has the same capabilities, regardless of which product you buy, pretty much. The only thing that really changes is the game list. So if you buy a Core, if you buy a Legends Gamer Pro, if you buy an At Games Legends Ultimate, you're all connected. There's always this connection that's there. So people come to expect it from these companies when they see other competitors doing it as well.
Yeah. So So for right now, if we're keeping tallies, I am interested in the Ninja Turtles Countercade because I have a feeling I might sell my 4-player one. Be nice to have that little Countercade to play on, but then again, we have a million ways to play Ninja Turtles. NBA Jam, not for me if they're not including the Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? The Wi-Fi capability, because that's just a huge part of what they initially brought to this community. Was a big win for them. Man, people played the hell out of that NBA Jam. I remember when I was turning it on and playing it, there were always people on playing NBA Jam. It was crazy. But moving on to the Arcade1Up Mortal Kombat 2 Countercade. Now, this obviously is probably going to be local play only, right? They haven't released an online Mortal Kombat yet, so we're pretty certain that this is it. Do you think you got enough room on here for two guys aggressively sitting at a bar to go at it, to go after each other, Mike? What do you think?
Doesn't look much smaller than the control panel in the Midway Legacy cabinet.
Yeah, it looks almost to be about the same size, right?
Yeah.
Conti says these countercades are for casual gamers. Possibly.
Or if I'm at work, again, I'm not trying to sell my hashtag that shit. But if I'm at work and like I get really frustrated, I can pull out my countercade and then uppercut somebody's head off 3 times with Johnny Cage. So, you know.
Majin says the MK countercade, the fun size cab for Zohar. Well, Zohar is getting a modded countercade from 2Die4 from guys. Make sure you check out Bobby 2Die4 on YouTube.
Yeah,
he's building Zohar a Mortal Kombat machine, and what he's been teasing is it looks amazing so far. Go ahead.
If Zohar ever worries about the impact that he has on the gaming community, or if he matters, I was watching Cool Toy's video there the other day where Cool Toy was talking about these coming out. And the first thing he mentions is, I know some people would like to see some MK1 modded artwork, but there's some legal considerations there why it can't happen. So, just let that go. That was for you, Zohar, because he knew somewhere you were saying, where's Mortal Kombat 1?
Yeah. 19K Fox, this thing needs a 12-inch screen. I would agree. I mean, we all want it bigger is better, but it sounds to me, Mike, that Arcade1Up probably purchased a crap ton of 8-inch screens, right? And they're hopefully going to hopefully these up there, all these listings say upgraded screens. So hopefully this screen is better than what it has been on previous versions of these countercades. Do you think? Go ahead.
I got a quick question. I never bought the Pac-Man 40th anniversary or the Miss Pac-Man countercade. Were the screens upgraded on that one, or was it?
Oh no, it was the same one.
Same one from the first model. Okay,
yeah, same one. Yeah,
like if this is not an upgraded screen, I agree with your theory that they've got a absolute warehouse full of screens that they're not going to move to a different screen until they get through those. But they're saying it's an upgraded screen. Hopefully it is a new product.
Yeah, they're just really bad screens. Your average gamer here, guys, check them out on YouTube. Absolutely. Nope, they was trash. We agree. We talked about that earlier at the beginning of the show. Conti Dina says upgraded, but the same size, right? So, I mean, 8-inch. I mean, it does appear you could put a 12-inch in here, right? I see some potential mod opportunities. Right?
8 inches is a respectable size. Let it go, guys. No need to be trying. 8 inches above average. Come on, guys.
All right, guys. Do us a favor. If you're interested in Mortal Kombat countercades, whatchamacallit, give us a yes. If you're not, throw the PDubs Mortal Kombat emoji in if you're a channel member, or tell us no. Let's get some Dub Zero. Let's get some Dub Zeros in the live chat for everybody. If it's a no, Dub Zero is actually probably going to say no to this Mortal Kombat countercade. I have the 3/4 scale one, Mike, and I have actually both. I have the original. No, I'm sorry. I have the Costco version, and I have the Midway Legacy version. And I took the PCB from the Midway Legacy version and I put it in the Costco version, right?
Yeah.
And my son loves it because that's his favorite one. And the reason I did that is, with the viewing angles, couldn't really see the screen, right? And the Costco version, you can see. That was a fun mod. Make sure you check out those videos on my channel. Now, that Midway Legacy cabinet that's in my garage, I actually have a special video coming out soon. I'm waiting for a product to be delivered from somebody very famous in the community. I'm not going to spoil it just yet, but when that video comes out, you'll see what I'm going to do with the Midway Legacy cabinet. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be let's just put it this way, It's going to be a boss. There's your hint right there.
Oh, wow. I know now.
It's gonna
I
be a
know.
boss. My Midway Legacy cabinet. Tony C. Wait, I clicked on the wrong guy. My wife said she's satisfied with 8-inch ... screen. There you go. Brad O'Connell. Smaller is better. That's what she said.
Listen, the truth about these countercades is it doesn't matter about the size. It's about the equipment inside and how it's used.
Yeah. So, I think some people know what I'm talking about. Something's going to happen with my Midway Legacy cabinet. Something about a boss. We're going to turn that bad boy into a boss. All right, so let's continue on, Mike. So, Marvel Superheroes Countercade. I love how quickly we're flying through these, but then again, there's a lot to get to, and trust me, guys. Again, I'm not crapping on Arcade1Up here. I think one or two of these is pretty cool. Some of these aren't for me. Those of us like Mike, you said you just want 3/4 scale, right?
Yeah,
and you might get one or two of these, right? And that's kind of where I'm at. Like in my house, I have 20 3/4 scale cabinets, but then I have like 3 countercades, right? So it's not like I'm going to buy the whole set, right? You pick the ones that actually kind of look cool to you, or the ones that you think you're going to use. Taking a look here at the photos, it almost looks like this thing has, Sanwa controls in them, but they're not, because these are renders, right?
Yeah.
So you're not going to get Sanwa sticks and buttons in this thing. But again, same setup. You're going to have your, you're going to have your headphone jack, and you'll be able to play Marvel Superheroes. And we don't know what games are included. We're assuming they're going to have 2-3 games per cabinet, something like that, Mike.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt this has the exact same lineup as the 3/4 scale cabinet.
Yeah. But, if these things are $200 or less, I think, they're more affordable. And these could be a solution for those who still want to stick with Arcade1Up, but unfortunately can't stick with the Arcade1Up pricing on their normal cabinets. What's up?
So Polo brings up a really good point on this. If you guys are, like Detroit Love, if you look at Detroit Love's arcade, Detroit Love bought 2 cabinets, 2 Arcade1Ups. He bought a Galaga and he bought a Street Fighter. The cool thing is the Galaga he used for all his horizontal games, and then he bought a Street Fighter and he used to mod for all his. Galaga was vertical. Then his Street Fighter was horizontal mod. So this countercade could be the perfect one for a horizontal mod with the 6-button 2-player configuration. If you're going to buy one and just have one countercade that you want to mod out and stick a pie in or something like that and go nuts with all your games, this may be the best one to buy. Plus, it's a pretty goddamn good looking cabinet too. Like, I love the comic book artwork. Like, man, honestly, I'd love to never get rid of my Marvel Superheroes cabinet. It's probably going to get turfed pretty soon because I need space, but man, what a beautiful cabinet.
What I did with my Marvel Superheroes cabinet is I actually put that Intech Gaming Nintendo Switch control deck in my Marvel Superheroes cabinet. So that's now my Nintendo Switch Arcade1Up that's downstairs in my Marvel room, right next to the Marvel pinball machine, which I've put down in my living room TV area. It's my Marvel room, has all my Marvel statues. But upstairs in my arcade loft is where I have the Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet, Mike. And because I have the Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet, the Marvel Superheroes limited edition cabinet kind of became expendable to me. I was like, what do I do with this thing, right? But I figured, you know what? I'm going to put that Intech Gaming Nintendo Switch control deck in that cabinet. And that's a lot of fun for playing a lot of Nintendo Switch games that make a good arcade experience.
I wish Punisher came on that Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet as well, because I would have been able to get rid of everything and just bought the Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet. But Punisher is really what's keeping me attached to Marvel Superheroes.
Yeah. All right. Now, this is something I'm going to gush over, and people are going to hate me for it. But guys, we all have things in life that just hit us in the right spot. And this is it, Mike. I am 100% going to buy this on day one when this becomes available.
I know what it is.
And now I'm going to get lashed. My audience is they're going to whip me over the back over this. They're going to call me crazy. They're going to call me nuts. They're going to hate on me. But guys, I can't help myself. I want this thing so bad. The Arcade1Up Pong 2-player countercade. The Arcade1Up Pong pub table, when that came out, to me was like, I'm not paying $500 for Pong. Also, where am I going to put it, right? Where am I going to put it? My wife would kill me if I had that thing in like a kitchen or a dining area. I have no room in my game room for this stuff. But this, honestly, in my opinion, with the wood grain finishes on it, this actually looks pretty cool in my opinion. The only problem is the small screen, right? Once again, they're using the same 8-inch monitor and everything, but this looks super cool. Like this will be something that I can kind of have slid under something for storage, bust it out, put it on a table, play some Pong with my wife. My wife does love playing Pong, and then take it off and go slide it, hide it under something else until we're ready to play it again. Ease of storage, easy way to hide this thing. It's not going to take up a ton of room. Guys, PDubs is all in on the Arcade1Up Pong Countercade. You can all make fun of me now. Go ahead. Mike, what do you think? Am I making the wrong choice?
No, it is really, really cool. Like it is really super cool. I think your choice will come down to what the price point is. Cool Toy, I think, because Cool Toy is kind of in with Arcade1Up. I don't know if he still is or not. He had some price listings for some of these. I don't know if he had one or we have any idea on what exactly the price is going to be. But if this is around the Countercade price, I think you'll be interested in buying. It's not for me, again, but it's very cool. It's got great artwork. I wish they had incorporated some white on there too, maybe right around the screen. But that is beautiful. It screams 70s. I love it.
All right, we're gonna put a quick little poll in the live chat for everybody. Is PDubs an idiot for buying the Pong Countercade? And as long as this thing is $199 or less, I'm probably gonna pull the trigger on it. $10 super chat from Zohar. I hate myself for missing this. Zohar, we're only about 25 minutes in. Gonna rewatch later. I took a nap, PDubs. All good, Zohar. No reason to super chat that, my friend. Enjoy the replay. Now let's take a look at what some people. 19K Fox is giving me a hard time. He says he's going to unsubscribe. Your average gamer says this would be good for an ashtray. See, I knew this was going to happen. I knew people were going to make fun of me. Come on, guys. Let me see if there are some Pong supporters in here. Okay, Conti, he's kind of on the fence. Third Floor Arcade with Jason. He actually owns the Arcade1Up Pong table. Guys, check out his YouTube channel. He did a fantastic review on it. He says he would get this. Mitchell B. Okay, he's on Team Pong with P-Dubs. Endless One Up says this would be cool to sit on a coffee table and leave it there. Great conversation piece, bust it out.
Well, it becomes like a mini cocktail table. That's what I like about it. You can take it, put it on a coffee table, take it, put it on. Like I could bring it up to my cabin and just pop it out and put it on the table and say, let's play Pong.
Oh my God. Where is it? I lost it. Someone said it looked like a crushed areas. William, we love William. Looks like a crushed New York City taxi. Oh man. Brad's in. The only color on the screen is white. LOL. Well, I mean, guys, these are also renders. Let's keep that in mind. Zohar says P-Dubs can do what he wants. Good stuff.
No. I think he's talking about how I said, you know how it goes right in yellow. He's saying the only color on the screen is black and then there's white. But I'm trying to make it look more like the pub table. I like the art style on the pub table.
I'm getting my lashes. I'm getting my lashes from everyone in the live chat. You guys are hilarious. But you know what? Wait. Hold on. All right, so the survey's only been live for about a minute. We got the votes are coming in. Mike, check this out. Is P-Dubs an idiot for buying the Pong Countercade? 74% said no, and 26% said yes. So majority wins, guys. 74% of us watching this show, or at least who took that survey, think that this might actually be a fun product to have. I'm excited about this one. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm gonna fanboy over this one. I think this is cool.
All kidding aside, like if they made a Pong cabinet, I would have had a hard time walking away from a Pong cabinet. I've got a friend here locally who actually just got the Pong pub table, so I'm hoping to get down to his place this week and try it out for myself.
Oh man. I knew my audience was gonna lash me a bit over that one, but I'm sorry, guys. I like it. Expect a review video for it. And trust me, if I get it and it sucks, that'll be in my review video. But I'm excited about this one. I think that was a good move by Arcade1Up. Guys, do us a favor. If you're enjoying the show so far, don't forget to click that thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel, if you like retro gaming, P-Dubs Arcade Loft is one of the channels out there to be hanging around and checking out. Make sure you guys subscribe.
My favorite thing is that's false advertising because you totally don't have a room full of candy cades. Why don't you just take? No, you don't. Why don't you just take a picture of the loft and put that image over it?
I shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Well, I like that one. I think it looks cool. I think it's a nice little.
I'm not happy with you how you put the TV and the console stuff up in the loft. Get that shit out of there. All arcades.
Well, when I expand, there's going to be a totally different section for like the TV and the sit down console area and all that stuff. Right now, my loft is a hot mess. Like people are always telling me, PDubs, do like a house tour or an arcade tour. And like that would involve me going like filming my office, my family room downstairs where the real pinball machine and stuff is. Some more modded cabinets are down there, as well as my Marvel room that's got cabinets and stuff in there, plus my loft. And it would just be a hot mess, right? My house is a mess. My poor wife, I feel sorry for my wife, but my wife is so cool about it, right? She's so cool about this. And you know you're lucky because I think I haven't hit her line in the sand yet,
Yeah.
right? So we'll get there eventually, but I pretty much have an arcade machine in every room of the house, right? Every room of the house. It's
So,
getting pretty
so
bad.
some people are giving me a hard time in the comments about what's wrong with having the consoles in there. And I saw Kevrat's comment. I did. So no, it's just I don't like mixing and matching. Like that's why I have two different arcades. I have a multi-cade arcade and an Arcade1Up arcade. Oh, sorry about that. Michael B being an elitist arcade snob. Kevin, you're hard on me. Hard.
You know, I think Kev always gives you a hard time, but the reason we know Kev isn't trolling you is because Kev supports you, watches every video, supports our shows. I think Kev just really enjoys teasing you. You know, you're like that. He's like that friend that just wants to tease you, but we all know Kev. Kev doesn't mean anything. Conti says your wife is a saint so far, but eventually I'll hit her line in the sand. And sorry, I hold on, we got a $2 super chat for Rubicon Alpha towards the Michael B green screen replacement. And I do have to say something. I did catch that video. Where is it? Tony C put this in here. I did catch that video where Retro Ralph, I think he posted it this week or something. He was talking about building a bunkercade in the field across the street from his house. I actually thought that was pretty funny. I thought that was pretty hilarious. I laughed at that. So shout out to him for that. Was actually pretty funny. If it's funny, I'll admit it's funny. That was pretty fucking funny. The bunkercade. That'd be hilarious. Hey, Kongs Are Us is here. We love Kongs. Everyone say hi to B. He made it to the show.
So right. Yeah, that episode, that show he did, what was it called? Chasing Nostalgia, where the guy had the barncade. Like, oh man, like I've dreamed of that now, building this giant structure in my backyard. Because I'm so out of room, it kills me.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I'm going to pop something on the screen here real quick. There's not really a lot of updates with the Arcade1Up Killer Instinct cabinet, but I got to say,
we do have an update. We do have an update.
Hold on. This is what they needed to do. This coin door actually looks like a coin door. If you guys know my channel, I've been dogging on Arcade1Up with their pinball machines where they're like, oh, hey, it's got a faux coin door on it. And the faux coin door looks like crap. It looks like a molded piece of junk. The coin door on the At Games Legends pinball machine actually looks like a coin door. And this Arcade1Up fake coin door actually is kind of shaped a lot like the At Games fake coin door on their pinball machine. It actually has the keyhole, actually has the faux buttons and faux coin return slots. This actually is a much better molded coin door than what it was in previous renders. So shout out to Arcade1Up. I actually think that this actually looks kind of cool, but is it $700 cool? Not in my opinion. But what update do you have for Killer Instinct that I'm missing?
Yeah, we kind of know the price point. We got the Canadian price point leaked to us, which was the full boat, $829, or I think it was $8 whatever. And so that means, yeah, this is going to be at the highest price point for Arcade1Up in the US, which is surprising to me because I thought that was going to be held for the 4-player cabs. And then the cabs like Big Blue or this would be down a little bit, but it is going to be that top price point to $699, it looks.
Yep. So you buy one real pin, you want them all. Oh, they're talking about Kongs Are Us. He picked up his real pin. And now he's all in on real pinball. Trust me, dude, I know how it is. When I picked up like my Mario Mushroom Brothers real pinball machine downstairs, all I wanted was to buy more real pinball machines. But at $5,000-$6,000 a pop for like a used newer machine seems a bit high. You could definitely get some older machines like old ass Gottlieb and Bailey tables. You could probably find those for a couple grand or less on OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. You could probably haggle with some people, get rid of their machines. You could fill your home with pinball machines for a couple grand a pop, but are they going to be the Guns N' Roses and the Kiss machines and all that? No, because the value on those is a lot more, right? So I absolutely love real pinball, prefer real pinball over video pinball any day of the week. It's just the cost of that hobby is just so high, Mike. the cost is so high. But yeah, there we go.
You know how Nostalgia always gives me shit, and he's like, "Oh, well, if you didn't buy 10 Arcade1Ups, you could go get a real pinball cabinet." There's some truth to that for us. I mean,
Yeah, look at this. Cogs R Us. He's got a good point. 8 Arcade1Up or 1 Jurassic Park pinball. I would take the Jurassic Park pinball any day of the week. Any day of the week.
yeah. The problem is Kong is a pretty intelligent guy with skills, like tinkering skills. I have not tinkering skills, so I'd bring the pinball home and be like, "Yay, pinball!" It'd work for 2 days, and then I'd be like, "Well, that was a waste of money because it would never work again."
It would never work again. Well, I mean, there's people you could always hire. There's actually a couple places here in Arizona where you could actually bring your pinball machines to. There's a couple like slot machine stores that actually do pinball repairs and stuff. So if you don't know, you can. But then again, you have to have the special pinball trolley, and haul your machine there and all that.
We have one guy here, and I've been friends with him since I was in my 20s. So thank God. If I ever do get into pinball, he told me he'll take care of me.
Yeah. All right. So a couple new Countercades got released. But first, Mike, I want to show you something. I bought a Space Invaders cocktail table today.
Oh, real? Like an old one?
Yeah, I got like an old retro Space Invaders cocktail table.
That's really cool.
Yeah, would you like to see it?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I picked up Space Invaders cocktail table today from Tiny Arcade. So check that out, Michael B. That's all I need, right? I don't need a $700 arcade machine, right? I just pick up the Tiny Arcade Space Invaders. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Oh, you're not smiling. You're not smiling.
That's less cool. Much
less cool. Well, Tiny Arcade is making a whole bunch of these little cocktail machines, and they're actually pretty cool for $10-20 a month. But hey, $700 saved, Mike. I got my cocktail table fixed. But if I'm willing to spend the money, check it out. We do have our Mortal Kombat head-to-head. What do you think about this one? They're going, it looks like, with the bluer artwork from the Legacy cabinet versus the original artwork. What do you think about this one, Mike? Let me get your thoughts.
This is not for me. There's been some rumors out there. We don't know the games list, but more than likely it's going to have very similar games list to the Midway Legacy cabinet.
Nice.
The cool thing about that is Tubin you'll be able to play in the correct screen aspect ratio. I've never been big on the Street Fighter cocktail cabinet. It got really cheap here in Canada. At one point you could buy the Street Fighter Black Countercade for $3.49 Canadian. But I just can't get over playing the horizontal games in the half screen on 13 inches back to back. I don't like that. I don't know why you would build a cocktail table like this with a vertical screen where you've got to do that. Like it just doesn't appeal to me. But there's going to be people out there that love this, and I'm not trying to take away from their excitement. Not for me, but hopefully people enjoy it. And if they're going to make Street Fighter, they got to make Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. So guys, let us know in the live chat. Are you digging? Well, hold on. Let me make sure I turned off. Did I turn off that last poll? Yes, I did. Okay. Guys, what do you guys think about these head-to-head cocktail tables, Mortal Kombat, as well as they also announced, what was it, the Marvel one as well?
Yep, Marvel versus Capcom head-to-head.
Now, me personally, I did like this for if it is going to have the Wi-Fi capability, the Marvel one, because I do have the Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet already.
Yeah.
So if you can't find one of those and still want to play those games and join that community, provided it's Wi-Fi, but I can't tell, Mike. Now, if they got rid of the live feature, I wouldn't recommend it then, right? Kind of like the NBA Jam Countercade, right? If they got rid of it, I wouldn't recommend it. But if it does have the live feature, this one might be worth it because it's really exciting to play with people online. We have here X-Men, Children of the Atom, X-Men, Marvel superheroes, The Punisher, all that stuff. Mike, have you heard anything? Is this thing going to have the online capability?
I haven't heard anything.
Oh, really? Oh, well, if it doesn't have it, then I couldn't recommend it because that's what makes that cabinet really cool to me, right? The Marvel vs. Capcom 3/4 scale one. is that ability to, go bust some skulls or get busted online. Digipunk says Miss Pac-Man is the best cocktail.
Dylan J brings up a really good comment.
Where?
Right
Right
there.
here?
They never made cocktail cabinets like this. I don't get it. Cocktail cabs are for 80s classics. The problem is, I agree with you, and it loses some of the realistic there for these head-to-head tables. Same thing I said about Street Fighter. But the problem is most of the people that are buying the Arcade1Up stuff, that love the Arcade1Up stuff, are all 90s arcade kids. So they're trying to do the different form factors to appeal to those 90s crazy people that want everything 90s.
Yep. We got a $5 super chat from Zohar. Anyone seen the printer scene in the movie Office Space? I just need a couple more people.
Zohar, you missed it. I made a comment about this earlier. If you watch Cool Toys video going over these, he intentionally says, out of respect for you, that yes, if you wanted Mortal Kombat 1 artwork, unfortunately, there's some legal issues and they can't use the Mortal Kombat 1 artwork, which you already know about because Master Pacina would have to get paid, and there's a whole thing there. So I know you don't like it's Mortal Kombat 2. There's nothing they can do about it.
Zero Hero says, I think the problem is, and by next year, when we have the Marvel Legacy cabinet with all these games on it. Now, if there's one thing that Arcade1Up does a lot, Michael B, is recycling. Right?
Yeah.
Recycle. What if we go through all this nonsense getting like the Simpsons and Ninja Turtles cabinets and all that stuff separate, $700 a pop? And what if a year from now they have like a combination cabinet, like a Konami Legacy cabinet, right? And it's got these games on it. What about something like? I think some of us would be like, cursing. 4-letter words.
Aren't there people already doing that just bought the Street Fighter 2 Legacy and seeing the big blue? I think you're safer with Turtles, X-Men, and Simpsons because even though those are all Konami products, and Simpsons and X-Men both belong to Fox or Disney. The reality is license holders usually don't like to play nice with each other. So how do you choose which one gets the marquee on that title? Turtles, Simpsons. I don't think you'll see that one. Marvel, like doing a Marvel giant Marvel with all the Marvel Capcom games. I could see that, a Marvel Legacy cabinet.
But think about it. Like, I wouldn't be shocked. Like, anything is possible, Mike. They pony up the dough. It's possible. Anything is possible.
Not anything. I think seeing that Konami Legacy cabinet that everybody keeps talking about, that's a bit of a pipe dream. I don't think we'll get that.
You don't think so?
A Konami Legacy cabinet would have, and it'll have beat 'em ups on it. It might have one of those marquee titles, like X-Men be the main title, but you're talking games like Vendetta. You're talking games like Violent Storm. You're not talking another license.
Yeah. I mean, what was I going to say? I still want it to happen though. So Mike, I'm gonna live in the land of wishful thinking while you live in the world of reality. I'm just gonna live in the land of
rational thinking.
Rational thinking and wishful thinking. There you guys go. And of course, they leaked a few cocktail Pac-Man cabinets. Is that really that exciting? We also got some of these Babycades, which these
Nostalgia's hope for the future.
Nostalgia thinks this is the future of Arcade1Up, guys. No BS. Nostalgia thinks that Arcade1Up is going to be moving more into the younger generation of products once again, kind of like their Hatchimals. I mean, in my opinion, the Babycades aren't really for me. I think I might buy one just to see what it's all about. Maybe mod it. Can you imagine modding it with these giant joysticks and buttons? But mine's like just getting one just to screw around with it. Like, I really have no serious interest in these Babycades. Oh man, the Babycades are ridiculous.
I think Nostalgia is becoming somewhat unhinged lately. Like him saying that this is the future, I don't get it. What I do understand is the concept behind it, because you have people that, when Pac-Man was a thing, how old are these people now that grew up in the 80s? Usually, some of them are between 60 and 70 years old. So really, they're in that age where they have grandkids. They're going to be walking through Toys R Us. They see this giant plastic thing for their 3-year-old grandson and say, wow, something from my youth I can share with him. So I think there is a market for it as an impulse buy. I don't know if my kid would see it. Like my kid knows I have an arcade, so that's not a good example. But like someone's kid who's never ever played Pac-Man before, has no attachment to it. Why would they ask for that?
I love this too. A lot of folks are going to be check this out. A lot of folks are going to be modding these baby. Expect a lot of baby Cade mod videos because us YouTubers have nothing better to do with that cabinet, Mike. I'll be doing mod videos for one as well. Why not, right? Why not? Your average gamer says it'll be the best seller. It could be. It potentially could be.
There was another thing. I'm sorry to go back, but people asked about a Sega Legacy cab, and
what Taito can? What are people talking about? You're saying, did you see the Taito announcement today? What Taito can? Are you guys talking about that itty bitty Taito thing? The one that's the size of the Sega Astro City Mini? Are you guys talking about that one? What are you guys talking about? Let us know in the live chat. Did I miss something? Did you miss a Taito announcement?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, let us know. Yep. And guys, the Tron listing got taken down, which is very interesting as well. So it was up there earlier today. Oh, the 50 games that were announced. Is it for that little one? Yeah. Awesome game lineup. On that little one. But then again,
that's the one with the rotating screen too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I love that thing. Yeah,
that thing's super cool. But I can't remember what you guys. You remember what the United States price is? I didn't pre-order one from Amazon Japan because, oh god, what was the price? It was huge. It was more than the Sega Astro City Mini, Mike. It was, if I recall. Like I think I ran away screaming when I saw how much it would cost me to get that thing. But a great lineup. Potato. There you guys go. And then of course, we have what else do we have? Oh yeah, we were going to talk about Tron, but they took it down. Why did they do that, Mike?
I don't know. Tron will be a safer one to put up there than Killer Instinct because I got news for you guys. I think they announced these before they confirmed that they'd be able to get this working on their hardware. So I think we're going to be waiting a while on Killer Instinct until they can perfect it running on their hardware.
So ours is Tron taken down. Is it because the games won't run well?
Well, no, that's exactly the opposite of what I'm saying. But like you saw what we got going on with Simpsons Bowling, so.
All right, I'm going to have to revisit the Taito desk shit countertop because apparently they're going to have a US release and it does have a great game lineup. So I'll have to check that out, guys, after the stream. Very exciting about what Arcade1Up is possibly doing. Smaller may be better for some households running out of space, running out of money, and also no desire to pay these big things. Out of all these things, 10, 12 things that were put out there, I could see myself maybe picking up 2 of them, Mike, maybe 2 of them, right? And I don't think that's a bad thing, right? I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's an okay thing. I really want that Pong countertop would be super. The following announcement has been paid for by the Dude World Order. Hey, yo! Billionaire Bacharach and the boys at 1UP continue to raise prices. Over at the iArcade camp, Zhang Xin and the team continue to lower prices. $100 off for the rest of the summer. That's one more deal for the good guys. Mike, every week we're either getting hacked by Dub Zero or the DWO. I don't know, man. It's getting nuts around here. We're gonna have to improve. I'm gonna have to renew my Norton antivirus. Maybe I should go McAfee. What do you think, Mike?
I don't know.
But guys, don't forget, Billionaire Bacharach might be raising prices, but the folks over at iArcade are lowering prices, $100 off their cabinets for the rest of the summer, plus free shipping. Guys, give us some DWO emojis in the live chat. That's one more deal for the good guys. It's just too sweet. And also at games. So quick update on at games, guys, is you guys may have noticed their firmware has been delayed the last couple of weeks, but that's because they actually have a super cool feature that is about to go live. They're just trying to get it dialed in. This is actually a feature that a lot of folks out there have been asking for, and it's really cool. We got to see a preview of it. Now, I can't give you any hints or anything. I don't want PK to get all grumpy with me. But if the firmware does come out tomorrow like it should, I think a lot of you who own an accessory for your arcade cabinets are going to be super excited about this particular feature that you guys have been waiting for that's going to be going live. Zohar gave us a $5 super chat. Killer Instinct will be 15 frames per second, which means they'll have to have a beefier chipset. I promise you it'll be $900. You'll see. You will see. Brad says At Games is killing it. Yes, guys. The feature coming out hopefully tomorrow is going to be super cool. I think it's exciting. Mike, you think it's exciting, or do you think I'm overhyping it? Tell me if I'm overhyping it.
I don't know if I know, actually, PDubs. I don't know if I've saw the update.
We'll talk about it. Well, here, let me type it to you real quick.
Is it that driving cab Nostalgia told us about?
The driving cabinet that Nostalgia told us about. You're ridiculous. All right, I put it in the private chat, Mike.
Okay.
Check that out. Let me know if I'm overhyping it. I think it's super cool.
Oh, your average neat.
Yeah, your average gamer knows what it is. It's going to be pretty cool. Can they just fix the pinball audio issue, please? I think that we are going to see a firmware in the future that is going to separate some of the pinball sounds, right? Like right now, everything is being pumped through the exciters.
Yeah.
All table sound effects are being pumped through the exciters. So I think that there is going to be a firmware update coming out that separates these. So
that would be exciting.
It would be exciting for the exciters, right? And it'll make it sound and perform better. We know they're working on it, guys. It's going to happen. Hopefully that'll happen. Adam 12 says new update is going to add a steering wheel to your device. Mike, what do you got coming out for this week for folks? I actually have a couple things I wanted to let people know about.
I don't know if I have anything coming out this week. It depends on how much time I get, but I've been planning on making a review video on the At Games Legends Pinball Arcade Control Deck. I've had this for a while now, and just I got to wrap my head around how I want to do that video. I also got a package from Buy Stuff Store this past week, and I've got the riser extenders for the Arcade1Up cabinets from Buy Stuff Store. So I'll be making a video on that, and I'll be playing my Midway Legacy cabinet in a little bit more comfort this week with an Arcade1Up riser extender, risers for risers. On top of that, I think I'm going to play some X-Men at some point. Because all of the Arcade1Up cabinets that are up for pre-order now, X-Men seems to be the one I'm zoning in on to pre-order. So I'll probably play that and do a preview of that as well.
Mike, I have to wonder, and let me ask you guys in the live chat, do you guys think that people who are more into the enthusiast community? I mean, we're enthusiasts, but we're enthusiasts about these 3/4 scale in-home arcades, right? Do you think that enthusiasts who are really into the real thing, do you think they literally look at some of our forums and videos and they're like, these guys have to make risers? 4 risers? What a bunch of nincompoops.
There's a
I bet we get made fun of so bad.
Oh yeah. Like I find it interesting because they don't see it for what it is. Like obviously it's an extension of the hobby, but it also is a gateway into, like, you talk about B Kong down there now, he's buying real pinball machines. So these arcade enthusiasts, they don't understand that this keeps their culture alive, keeps the history of what they're doing alive, and possibly as a gateway into people collecting real arcade machines themselves. But, there's that funny meme out there. I think it's a scene from the first, what's that movie with Kate Beckinsale where she's the vampire? Underworld. So there's a scene of like the upper echelon vampires in Underworld and looking down, and they just look at the peasants and they're like pathetic. And that's what I think real arcade collectors look down on us, home arcade, multicade, and Arcade1Up people. It's just pathetic.
These guys are a bunch of idiots. I can imagine it. And I can tell you what, Mike, when I finish my Loft extension, I am going to get some more real arcades. Am I going to get only real arcades? No. But there's a few that I have my eye on that. The hardest part for me, though, is going to be dragging them upstairs to the new Loft, right? Getting them up. It'd be nice just to pull them in the house, and I wish I could have them downstairs. But, one of the agreements I've made in the household is if I do this big Loft extension that I'm doing, Mike, is that everything goes in there and it's not going to be in every room of the house, right? I might still have a few in my office because they make for a good backdrop.
No. You need to talk to your wife. F that noise.
But...
F that noise. Put your real stuff in the garage. That way you can just wheel it right in.
Oh, you're hilarious.
I'm not hilarious. Man. I'm sensible. Remember, rational.
Risers for risers. So I have a buy stuff store product as well, guys. I have their pedestal stand for your gamer mini device for the At Games Legends Gamer Mini, as well as they have a modded Legends Gamer Mini kit where you can get they add exciters and feedback inside of your Legends Gamer Mini. I have that as well. So if you wanted to hook that up to your PC, playing on a TV, there's a lot of people out there who just have the vertical setup, Spike. They don't actually own an At Games Legends pinball machine. They're happy playing just on their using the control deck. But it's a good kit to get you that haptic tactile feedback. So I have a video for that hopefully coming out this week as well. Their Gamer Pro mini stand is really cool. It's really cool. You guys, I think you guys will like it. So Buy Stuff Store is killing it right now as well. Also, what else do we got coming down the hoop? Hopefully my Star Wars pinball mod is going to be wrapped up this week as well. Ran into a little issue with the back box that I'm trying to work through. And then what else do we got coming out this week? All the goodness. Right?
Super Game Room Dudes this Friday.
Oh, guys, yeah, don't forget to tune in to the Super Game Room Dudes this Friday. It's our 50th episode, so we're very excited.
Big shit happening.
Yeah, we did 40 episodes. We did 40 episodes where we broadcast on all of our channels, right? So if you check out the playlist on this channel for the Super Game Room Dudes, it's a 40 episode playlist, right? And all of the episodes would get anywhere from like 1,000 to 4,000 views, something like that. Then we moved Super Game Room Dudes to its own channel, took a hit on subscribers and views. There's a lot of people out there who don't even realize that we moved the show, right, Mike? So definitely, guys, make sure the links are in the video description below. Join the Super Game Room Dudes Facebook group, as well as subscribe to the channel. It's our 50th episode, our 10th episode on the new channel. It's our episode number 50, and it's going to be huge. We're going to have tons of fun. We're going to have tons of fun on the Super Game Room Dudes 50th episode.
I do have to say something serious here now, guys. A lot of you don't know this, but Detroit Love's going through a bit of a rough time. Like the drop in super chats that we've experienced because we don't have 1,000 subscribers on our new channel has forced him to a very dark place. So if you don't get us to 1,000 subscribers by this Friday, you're going to live see him hold up an Arby's. He's going to hold up an Arby's for 2 roast beef belts and whatever's in the cash. So you need to get us to 1,000 subscribers.
All I can say, guys, is we were someone was going to make a special guest appearance on episode 49, but we decided to save it for episode 50. So there's your hint right there, as well as Michael B. It promises the ultimate merch plug.
It's going to be something. I don't know about the ultimate merch plug. It's going to be something.
You guys got to see this merch plug that Michael B. put together. It's hilarious. Oh my god. And if we hit 2,000 subs, Mrs. Kong, I will wear the Daphne costume live on air if we hit 2,000 subs. Anyway, guys, we hit our 1 hour mark. That is the I Hate Monday show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's broadcast. See, we don't always crap on Arcade1Up. They got some cool stuff in the work, but definitely they got a lot of issues, man, that hopefully all that communication and stuff gets better, right, Mike? Because these leaks and reveals are exhausting. You know what I mean? I would rather they do formal announcements, and then that way we can report on those, right?
Yeah.
I feel like we're doing their marketing job for them. I'm getting ready to send them an invoice, Mike.
Well, a lot of people are saying that the silence is actually better for them. But screw that. Arcade1Up, come on the Super Game Room, dudes. Come chat with us. I'm a big fan. I would love to have an opportunity to pick your brain and talk to you about all the cool shit you got going on and give you an opportunity to kind of tell your side of the story and maybe quell some people's anger that is being thrown around for no reason right now, maybe. So, yeah. Come hang out with us.
Michael B tells me, PDubs, if I can get Arcade1Up to come on the Super Game Room, dudes, you have to be nice. And I'm like, oh, okay. But we'll be nice. Well, obviously, every time we have companies on for interviews, we are super professional and respectful to them for taking time out of their lives. We've interviewed a lot of companies and a lot more planned in the near future as well.
Yeah. And we're hoping to get Well Played to come back from the Cayman Islands with all your money. So
Those are hilarious. All right, guys. Once again, if you enjoyed the show, give us a thumbs up on your way out. Make sure you hit the join button. Join the Loft Army, as well as we'll see you this Friday on the Super Game Room Dudes. Make sure you watch Michael B and my channels throughout the week. We're also going to have some product review videos coming out for you as well to keep you sustained until episode 50. Go ahead, man.
Oh, yeah, and don't forget tomorrow night, guys, at I believe it'll be 9 p.m. Eastern, might be 10. Come hang out for
Nobody cares about chill and chat with Michael B. Honestly, nobody cares. No, I'm Mike. I'm just kidding.
Wow, you son of a bitch. Anyways,
right,
no, come tomorrow. This is important. This is important.
Huge.
Well, I don't know about huge, but tomorrow's night's episode, we're going to talk about doing some kind of meetup and hanging out. Like maybe we could go to Chicago is the one I really want to go to Galloping Ghost and hang out, maybe do an II arcade tour, a game and brew session with John, or we could do Fun Spot and like some kind of get up because, you know, we've all met each other, been talking to each other through this whole internet thing over the whole pandemic. And now that we might be getting to the end of it, maybe not, I don't really know. But it would be great if we could all get together and actually meet each other in person because I really appreciate you guys keeping me sane the whole time I've been working from home. So thank you very much. And it'd be awesome for us to go to a real arcade and just hang out. So that's tomorrow night. We'll be talking about that and trying to plan something or talk about it. ASL?
Yeah, guys, that's Michael B's ASL live stream is going to be tomorrow.
What's ASL? I don't know.
You'll have to Google it. I want you to Google it and talk about it on your show.
ASL
tomorrow.
Stands for American Sign Language. Is it my American Sign Language?
Michael B's looking to meet up with people off the internet. He needs to know your ASL. Give it to him tomorrow on the Chill and Chat show with Michael B. Have a great night, guys. And remember, I hate Mondays. Oh, yeah.